And hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining with us. I am so excited after having 2 weeks off to move that we are all finally back together. I'm so excited to see all your smiling faces and Mr. Pancakes in the background of Sauce's camera. I cropped his window just to make sure we got that little smiling face in.
The camera is just focused on the corgi.
I mean, I can do that if you want.
I think it's what the people want.
I mean, maybe a new channel reward option?
Next time, replace
Next
Sauce
week.
with
We'll
a
work on it.
corgi.
We're going to workshop it for next week. Hi, everybody. Welcome. If this is your first time on my channel, I am so excited to have you here. If you don't know already, I am a charity channel. I don't take any financial income from this Twitch channel, so everything you do to affect our game tonight with your bits and your subs, which you all see scrolling on your screen and down in the About Me section for the Super Prom game, that all goes to the trevorproject.org whenever I receive a payout from Twitch. Year to date, this community as a whole has raised about $200 for charity. And we've all participated in some wonderful charity events, including one run by the guy DMing us today for Child's Play. That was a lot of fun, Sauce. I will never not stop talking about that. It's so cool. So that is the channel. I'm going to go ahead and hand it on over to our wonderful DM. Thank you everyone so much for being here with us tonight. And Saucefire, go ahead and take it away.
Why, hello. I'm Gray, also known as Sauce. I nearly pulled out my earbud. And today I'm going to be playing some Masks, the new generation, with some of my friends. And why don't we start off by introducing them? And we'll start off with Ethan, aka Kadroffel, aka Nobody, aka Nielsen Peabody.
So many names. Everyone, so many names. Hello, I'm Ethan. Today I will be playing what's Nielsen Peabody. It's been 3,000 years.
It has been. We woke Ethan from his Odin sleep.
Mm-hmm.
We shaved
very
it.
Sleepy.
Very sleepy. Next up.
Well, I am playing Nielsen Peabody, aka Nobody, who is the outsider playbook. He, him pronouns for both me and the character.
Cool.
I think that's everything.
Next up is Koski Sigma, aka Laughmaker DM, aka Storyteller in Scotland, aka Jaina, aka Aeon Storm.
Hi.
Did I forget anything? aka Jen.
There we go. Hi, I'm Jen. I'll be playing Aeon Storm. She is the Nova playbook, and we both go by she, her.
And last but not least is our showrunner, Sarah, aka the Hype Goblin, aka Crystal Blake, aka RGB, aka the notorious Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Gosh, I wish that were true. The notorious RGB is just so cool. Hi everyone, I am Sarah, Hype Goblin, Gabo. Hey you, if you see me in the school hallways one day. I go by she, her, and I will be playing Crystal Blake tonight, who also goes by she, her. And she is the Beacons playbook. She's just average. She's perfectly normal.
Perfect. Yeah, scientifically, 100% average.
Not outstanding at all.
No, it says right here on the charts. So, when we last left our heroes, they had infiltrated the Church of Ophthalmology, a completely original and not based on any other existing church or cult, in an effort to find one of their presumably kidnapped schoolmates, a person called Tyler Cameron, who Crystal found out was also the teen superhero known as Shuttlecock. Crystal, Jaina, and Jamie went down to the Church of Ophthalmology, and while Jaina and Jamie distracted some of the staff members there, Crystal snuck out on her own, past curfew, into one of the side rooms, which had a small museum kind of dedicated to the founder of the Church of Ophthalmology, not based on any person living or dead, Aaron Hibbert. And within this little museum, Crystal managed to find the rather deformed and not seen in public in the last 15 years, but not dead, wife of Aaron Hibbert, Shelley Hibbert, who seems to have lost her mind just a little bit. But where is nobody in all of this? Where is our friend, Nielsen Peabody?
Not even Nielsen knows.
Not even Nielsen knows, because Nielsen has been offline for the last couple weeks as he is being repaired by his morally gray creator, Danny Alansky, who some of you might know is trying to wipe out Jaina.
He only tried to murder a child. Morally gray.
It was called Operation Warning Shot.
Danny's a dick.
But we're actually just going to jump right to where Nielsen is. In the upper levels of an office building, here in the completely original and not based on Seattle at all, Mariposa City. In the CPB building, the Civil Protection Bureau building. Nielsen, you finally come online. You are in Danny's workshop. Danny is kind of standing in front of you, almost like he's been waiting for someone to show up. Just kind of arms behind his back, just kind of standing very broad, looking directly at you. And he starts off rather simply. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I think just the meeting's like, hey, Dad.
And you can see his eye twitch at that. And then he says, I would like you to access your speech subroutines. I'd like you to delete any kind of paternal words from your vocabulary.
If I'm trying to pass myself off as a normal human, isn't that going to make things strange?
How many other humans are you going to be calling dad?
I might be talking about other people's dads.
You'll refer to them by their last names.
Okay.
Follow me. And he kind of leaves his workshop, past all these little oddities, mostly mechanical suits, and brings you into an elevator. And he kind of asks sidelong, do you actually use these?
Which what?
Elevators.
Yes. How do you mean?
Oh, I just assumed you would just phase through.
I mean, that's sort of a choice.
And he kind of shakes his head at that before pressing in a series, like not just like sub basement 1 button. He presses about 6 different buttons, and the elevator just starts descending. And you can see he's immediately pulled out his phone and he's texting.
As we are going down, nobody will just ask, what was the purpose of turning the janitor into Dr. Squid?
You gave him a name.
Well, the other one was copyrighted, so I didn't want to go for that one.
It was all part of Operation Warning Shot. It'll be clear that was a secondary defensive measure in case somebody tried to tamper with the nanovirus.
I see.
Why, which begs the question, why were you tampering with the nanovirus?
Question for Gray.
Yeah.
It began before I had anything to do with it, right? It was already starting to take over the guys.
He had injected himself with it, and it was obviously trying to accrue some biomass.
Right. Okay. It was already underway when I got to the man.
Why were you trying to stop him?
How do you mean? I was just.
Why did you approach him at all?
Well, he was sort of already had some metal on him.
Before he injected it into his system?
I did not approach the man before.
I programmed you to fight I programmed you to infiltrate. I never programmed you to lie to me, which is why you seem to be having a bit of difficulty with it. But
my friends approached him, but I
up.
did not.
He kind of puts a finger against your lips. Shut up. Adults are talking.
I really want to just phase through
it. Eventually the elevator stops and he says, maybe I should show you phase 3 of Operation Warning Shot. And the doors open, and it is probably a much wider area than you would assume. You've been going down this entire time. And this large, spacious area, probably going off into the darkness on either side, almost like a mine tunnel. But in the center of this area, there is a large gate-shaped thing, like a giant hoop, almost, kind of carved in with various runes from languages that don't immediately become apparent. Nothing visible in human history from your cursory examination. And he kind of wrinkles his nose at it and says, teleportation always kind of eluded me. It's something I've been working on since I was young, and I could never nail it down. But apparently for magicians, it is quite easy, which I find incredibly irritating because magic itself is not a logical means to an end.
Is it not just things that we don't understand yet?
No, it mostly doesn't make sense in any kind of definable rule set that we understand. It's actions without cause, which violates basic tenets of physics.
And it's not just stealing its energy from another universe or something like that.
If it was stealing its energy from another universe, I could do that in a weekend. But he goes over to it and kind of walks around. And on the other side of the portal, you can see there is a small medical gurney that's been laid out. That is ensconced in a plastic tent. And he says, I've already been vaccinated for alien diseases. You can't acquire them. We should be all right. And he opens up a flap and offers the door to you, basically.
I go in.
Inside, you can see an alien has been dissected. Its chest is open. It is a Carnithian. You have seen this before. This looks almost identical to the appearance Jaina took. And Danny gestures at this dissected alien. And he says, this is, his name was Matthew. He worked in accounting. Unfortunately, his backstory didn't check out. He said he was at MIT the exact same year I was, but I remember all my classmates. One thing led to another, and after some rather forceful questions, Matthew died and took this form, which leads to the question: he didn't show up on any of his medical reports. It didn't show up on any psychological evaluations. So the question becomes, how many are there? And in how many facets of our government do they exist? And that led me to your friend. And that led me to
I see.
Your friend's extended family. Have you ever been to another planet?
No.
Would you
that's beyond my purpose.
Would you like to?
Yes, that would seem to be useful if there are supposed threats coming here.
From what I can understand, the Cairn-Keaton Empire, as they are known, are want to visit other planets, typically underdeveloped. And while they like to use the word uplift, it is subjugation. And as an American, I will not stand. I will not stand for this, and I will not kneel to a foreign king.
Is that because, so as you know what's going on because you're American?
Because I'm an American.
That makes sense to me.
And he kind of pokes at some of the runes, and they light up one by one. And a large shimmery green portal just sort of forms in the middle of this large hoop, this large arch. And Danny walks through it.
Yeah, I have more questions for him. I can't just destroy the portal. I will follow.
As you go through, it is almost just like walking through a door. Instead of still being in the mine shaft, you are worlds away. You are on a planet not dissimilar to ours. It has a nice pinkish sky. You can see there are moons hanging far too close to the ground, to that point where they're actually occupying large moments of it, of the sky. And he says, welcome to Verax 6. It is on the fringes of this empire. A few centuries ago, the Carnithians came down, they uplifted them, and then they left. And you would think that their quality of life would improve, and for some it has. But still, the top 10% of the wealthy elite are Carnithians. Even though they make up a fraction of the population, they have essentially subjugated them. They're working mines, they're getting crystals, and they're not seeing the benefits of this labor. They're simply they're simply working, toiling, and not earning the sweat off their own brow. My theory is, once relieved of the Carnithian influence, they will thrive. And I mention this because the people of Verax 6, in addition to being subjugated, prior to this are incredibly warlike. And I imagine once all the Carnithians are gone, they will resume this kind of warlike attitude. And I imagine that too would be a bit of a thorn in the Carnithian side. Wouldn't you agree?
So you think that the original inhabitants will thrive once they're gone, even though because they become warlike? Say that one more time.
They thrive in battle. They are a honor society. And I think that once free of the Carnithian influence, they will finally see the value of their own work. They sweat off their own brow. They will see the fruits of their own labor without having to pay tithes to an empire. So
okay,
this is where a very selective nanovirus comes in handy.
Shouldn't we give the people a chance to surrender?
There are people who, despite living in bondage, will fight tooth and nail to protect the system that is oppressing them.
Yes, you've said you're from America.
It is my belief, and I think one that you would share, that this just isn't for the better for them, but... And he stops and says, you're familiar with the Sword of Damocles?
Ethan isn't.
Danny will probably espouse this anyways. Damocles was a man in ancient Greek who, when pandering to his king Dionysus, spoke about how amazing it must be to be a king, the wealth and the riches and the comfort that provides. But Dionysus offered him his throne. He said, you may sit in it, sit in the comfort, and for a moment, you may enjoy all of the wealth and privilege being a king comes with. So Damocles sat down, and when he looked up, he saw a large sword dangling from a single thread of horsehair. Dionysus knew that you do not become powerful without making many enemies. And the more powerful you are, the more danger you live under. And he kept the sword above his throne as a symbol to remind him, this is my sword of Damocles. It is reminding the Corinthians that there is a danger out there, and that danger is us.
So isn't the point that the sword could fall, not the sword has fallen? Why don't we just tell them about the virus then? If it wasn't a big deal, it wasn't present until they knew the threat was there.
Because I found actions speak louder than words. And he kind of pats you on the back and says, your work here is done. Back through the portal.
Go back through.
And he goes back through as well. And the portal closes. And probably unbeknownst to you, a few of your nanobots have shut off. As you're back on Earth, he kind of smiles and says, your little friends decided to commit a little bit of break and enter down at the Church of Ophthalmology. They're doubtlessly in danger.
That sounds like them.
Be home before night, or be home before 10.
I had a question.
Oh,
what was my question?
Go ahead.
Nope, it's gone.
You have my phone number. And with that, Danny goes back into the elevator, punches in a few buttons, and it starts going up.
All right, I will go as the crow flies through buildings in the ground to get to where I know this place to be, because we were right next to there before, weren't we? During the gala.
Oh, that was you are in the CPB building, which is kind of like uptown. Mm-hmm. And the Church of Ophthalmology is on Duft Point, I believe, which is an island away.
Yes, but that's we were near there before, correct?
Yes.
We have been here. Okay.
Yeah, you know which way to go.
Yes. So I just go in a straight line.
Follow the inevitable fires.
Mm-hmm.
Back over on the island, where Crystal and Jaina are. Crystal, poor Shelley is standing in front of you, kind of asking about her husband, Aaron. You can see that her eyes have kind of distorted to a larger than normal size, and they are kind of pulsating with a kind of shadowy effect. And she says, "You're not Aaron. Who are you? What are you doing in our home?"
My name's Crystal. Aaron sent me to get you.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
And as she kind of approaches closer, you can see the kind of shadows that are now kind of spilling out of her eyes.
Can I get you some tea? Coffee? A warm cloth for your eye shadows?
And he says, or she says, "Get out of my home."
Okay.
You're unwanted here.
Well, I was invited in, so.
And the shadow is now kind of spilling out in a vast amount. kind of spilling onto the floor, all smoky-like and kind of writhing to the floor. And you can see it is starting to take kind of a physical form, that of a kind of shadowy person almost.
Okay.
And there are two of these, and each one pulls out what looks like a sword, again, made of shadow made whole.
Oh, I'm in danger. All right. I guess I'm going to whip out my phone and use voice to text.
Mhm.
I went left. I shouldn't have gone left. Please come help. Send all.
Send
group
to
chat.
send to your group chat.
Yeah.
Nielsen, on his way, Nielsen was planning to call Crystal and be like, "Hey, where are you?" But I don't know when I am in reference to this. So, just as a note.
Just how fast can Nielsen fly? Give me the exact in metric so I understand. how many meters per? How many? How many AU?
AU.
We don't know what metrics are.
And I know metrics. That's all I work with. But AU probably like 0.00001 per second or something. I don't know. He's like, imagine he goes fast. He goes decent speed, but he doesn't have to go on streets because he can just go through things. So.
I will say you will be there in exactly. Oh, it's exactly 6 o'clock. This makes it easy. In exactly 5 minutes.
Makes sense.
Okay, that's fine.
Jaina, you are off in another room. I believe it was Jamie who volunteered for the audit.
Yes.
Because he has just got too many eye ghosts, and they hooked him up to some kind of contraption that is measuring his eye ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Their eye ghosts.
Their eye ghosts. And as the Church of Ophthalmology cultists, let's be honest, are kind of manipulating this device, their attention is not currently on you.
When I get the little text, I'll be like, bathroom, bye, and just run out the door.
As you kind of run out the door, do you go left or right? Because Crystal's message was bereft of instructions of where she was.
I said that I went left.
You did not.
Yeah, I did. I said I went left. I shouldn't have gone left.
Oh, right.
Let's see. I'll go left, and as I go left, the kind of school uniform or whatever kids outfit that I'm wearing just kind of fades into my superhero outfit, manipulating the form into what I wear when I'm superheroing about.
We got a lot of new friends. Maybe let's give that a description. Why don't we?
Oh, geez. Aeon Storm goes from a dark-haired, kind of Middle Eastern looking woman to a white-haired, masked, kind of that floats in particles around her face, still Middle Eastern, has a kind of a flowery white bodysuit that's made up of golds and blues and greens, and has a star pattern up the side of her boots. And she kind of just moves quickly down the hallway, and kind of energy that in form of a kind of cosmic supernova forms around her.
Oh, and because of our friend Mecha Spider, you have +1 to your next roll.
Cool.
As you kind of Linda Carter into this new outfit, you can see from the museum, the little museum display they have, you can see this kind of strange, almost smoke-like stuff billow out of it.
Look towards Crystal, look towards the smoke thing, and go, hang on.
and Crystal, your Aeon Storm is here. Poor Shelley, her head is again shaved down very rapidly, like not rapidly, but haphazardly, very patchy in areas. She's wearing a hospital gown, and more of these. This smoke is pouring out of her eyes, taking solid shape in front of her, almost guarding her. And they all kind of turn their attention to you, wielding various forms of like cudgels and clubs and swords, just stuff to really make your day unpleasant.
I'm going to do something that I probably shouldn't, which is on one of my drives. And I'm going to punch Shelly in the face.
You might have to get through some eye ghosts to get to her, but...
You know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, gosh. I don't have any dice. Oh, hey, hang on. Google has a dice roller.
Help me, Google.
Let me see what my burn is like today.
Google, take the wheel.
Google, take the wheel. All right, and it's 2d6, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, would trying to run forward and punch, would that be directly engaging a threat?
Yes, okay. It would.
So that would be, is that mundane?
That is danger.
Danger. Okay, I have a 0 in danger.
And you have +1.
Yes, I was gifted +1 forward. Okay, and Larpstrong Carter also gifted nobody +1 forward as well. So we all have +1 forward now, I believe. Thank you, chat. So I rolled 2 2s on the 2d6s. Plus
that
my
is
1
suboptimal.
forward, which is a 5.
Mm-hmm. That is suboptimal.
What happens to me?
I am going to need, as you kind of go forward to punch this poor woman in the face, your fist is almost caught in the air, this shadowy smoke being much more, stopping your fist much more assuredly than it should. And as you kind of turn around, you can see it is this large, almost ogre-shaped cloud of smoke. And it is going to swing at you with what you assume to be some sort of club. So I'm going to need you to roll 2d6 and add any conditions.
I don't have any conditions right now.
That is a good sign.
Tonight is not going well. I rolled 2 1s in a row.
No, that is a good thing. This is
I want to roll low, right?
Yes. On Take a Powerful Blow, you want to roll low. So mark potential twice, once for the failed attack and once for successfully failing.
Do I also mark it off since trying to, or no, because I didn't actually get to punch them, so I wouldn't mark off my drive, correct?
I don't know. What does the drive say?
Choose 4 drives to mark at the start of play. When you fulfill a marked drive, strike it out and choose one. So no, I didn't fulfill it.
Okay.
Okay.
And nobody, you are basically floating above the Church of Ophthalmology right now. The Church of Ophthalmology is this large prison compound almost. It's completely surrounded with fences with barbed wire, but oddly enough, the barbed wire is all to prevent people from escaping, not entering. There are several guard posts. One of the towers has been burnt to the ground mysteriously. But other than that, it is a rather unassuming building if you ignore all the floodlights and armed guards.
And barbed wire.
Mm-hmm. In the middle of downtown, not Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just pulled up the stream overlay, and I like that Mabruk is so afraid that they're now just a black screen. I'm gonna call Crystal and just be like, "Hey, where are you?"
Goes to voicemail. I'm busy.
As you see the phone ring, the large kind of shadowy ogre swings its club, narrowly missing you, but smashing a display case that kind of advertised Aaron Hibbert's long and storied career working on a nuclear submarine.
I'm not gonna have to pay for that, right?
And almost with comic timing, as the glass case is shattered, an alarm goes off.
Oops.
Aeon's like,
No. There. Okay.
Now, Aeon, I will allow you an action before we go into the official start of combat, where we gotta take some steps.
Does the Church of Ophthalmology, from all these like pamphlets and stuff that keeps being shoved in our hands, would we know if they worship a deity, person, I don't know, supernova of some sort?
Going the quote unquote crazier elements of the Church of Ophthalmology are usually saved for high-ranking members of the church. But Mr. Aaron Hibbert is given quite a bit of deification within the Church of Ophthalmology.
Okay. Changes things a bit. No, okay, I'll still do it. I'm gonna use my burn power called Worship. Put on a tremendous display of power with my might, spending one burn to awe the audience into silence, respect, and attention when I unleash my powers.
All right, what does that look like?
I think she just watches Crystal punch this person, and Aeon Storm just kind of goes into the panic as the thing kind of breaks, and she's like, shoot up into the air, deify myself, and a radiant glow just kind of bursts out like a holy nova.
Now, would this be an unleash your power, or is it one of those things that just happens?
Unleash my power.
All right. Then roll them math rocks. This is plus freak.
Plus freak, plus 1.
Right.
Because I got a forward.
Yep.
So plus freak. Oh, okay. 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. That is a great success. So tell me what this looks like as you kind of go up and shine your light.
Kind of floating in the air, she thinks on to one of the planets that her people has encountered and takes on the form of that deity. It's a kind of a amalgamation between a jellyfish and a kind of vine plant that she quite liked. She thought it was a fun little deity to model some of her earlier works after, and takes on that form and sets it among a kind of cloud-like illusionary setting and kind of speaks down to everyone. It says, "We are going in peace. We shall grant you a great boon should you protect this child," points to Crystal.
It's Zuni! That is all you hear Shelley scream as nobody. This is apparently at the moment you kind of descend from the ceiling. And Shelley gets onto her knees, and the kind of ghostly apparitions that are surrounding her do a moment later, as they all just say, as Shelley just kind of trembles at this sight and says, "Don't further cloud our vision with spirits.
We shall leave you in peace." As I just kind of reach down and pat Crystal. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
And nobody's also here.
Sort of like poking my head down through the ceiling, just sort of start to move and sidle over to where they are.
Grab your wing, go. Let's go.
As you're leaving, you just hear from within the within the museum. You hear a security guard just go, "Oh, Shelley, what are you doing out of your cell? You got a serious case of eye ghosts that we need to fix." And Shelley's like, "Oh yes, I thought I heard Aaron." And the guard says, no, he's off with floozies on his yacht.
Poor security guard Don Knotts tells it how it is.
I have no idea how you got out of your dungeon. And
next thing you know, there'll be dragons here too. Sorry, that was a cheap shot.
You're now like in a little side hallway. You see a sign that says, pointing towards the cafeteria. Another sign with washrooms. And for some reason, your friend Nobody's also here.
Oh.
What's going on?
Nothing. I didn't get in trouble.
What about the text that says, I shouldn't have gone left, help, left, help?
Maybe like a little snafu, little shenanigan. But
Where's Jamie?
Oh,
getting their eyes goobered. I don't. What were
Did they disappear down another invisible hallway, or?
Oh, they're still in the machine thingy with the whoop and the.
Let's go get Jamie. Yep, let's go get Jamie.
As you go back to the room, you can see one of the Church of Ophthalmology members is kind of standing guard outside of it and says, the audit is at a very delicate state right now, and your friend won't be able to come out for another 1 hour and 45 minutes.
The delicate state.
Well, right now, as you know, we're making sure that your friend, we're checking his eye levels. We're making sure that the amount of eye ghosts he has isn't clouding his vision.
They have.
I apologize. And we're trying to make sure that they are getting the best treatment available to them.
Right. Is their lasers still shooting into their eyes?
All over the place.
Okay. Looks at her hand, at the name she wrote down. So, I'm Zumi, and I demand you let my friend go.
I was gonna ask, so weren't you a girl before and not an alien?
Nope. I am. Yes.
Did you ever? Did you ever turn back into Jaina?
She never turned back. She's just kind of just this weird illusion now.
And the Church of Ophthalmology member, who up until now was being very considerate to the fact that there was an alien in their midst. Nielsen, are you in Nielsen mode, or are you in?
Of course not.
Yeah. And she says, "Oh," and she kind of just says, "1 minute, please." And she goes over to a small alarm and flips a switch. It just says 2118 on top of it. And you just see blue lights flashing now, like emergency lights. You can hear an alarm. It's not like a fire alarm where it's just like a bell. It's more like a pew, pew, pew. And she says, "I'm just gonna go back in here. If you hear the door locking."
Oh, by the way, this was in the hallway for you. Crystal's gonna whip out her. She's gonna whip out her bow and shoot a. Hi Max, hello. Thank you for the
earplugs.
She's gonna whip out her bow and her trick arrows, and she's gonna shoot a net arrow at this lady.
Oh, okay.
That's plus what?
Is it unleash power?
Yeah, that is directly engage a threat, I think, since
so it's danger. All right, here we go. That's 10 with my +1 forward.
All right, what does this look like as this net arrow does not catch on fire?
Goodness. Hi, honey. I see you.
This one must be faulty.
It's the only time it was supposed to catch on fire, and it doesn't.
She just she like reaches into her bag and quickly pulls it out, like shakes it real quick, and it what's the opposite of retract? It extends into a full bow, and she pulls it back and just Hawkeye shoots at this lady, and just all of a sudden this arrow springs forth from the tip, or a net springs forth.
This arrow. Crystal's first confirmed kill.
Crystal, you killed her.
And the arrow.
She ain't going anywhere now.
The net springs forth from the tip of her arrow, enveloping her, and she just falls to the floor, prone.
It's the net of the Reaper.
That would have been a really good shot if it wasn't point blank.
I mean, those are kind of the only shots I make. So I'm gonna need you to just stay here while we leave, and Crystal's gonna take one of like another unicorn sweater out of her bag and just kind of like tie the lady's mouth and just shove her off to the side. Okay, come on, let's go. We need to go.
All right.
grabs Jamie out of the chair. Disconnecting.
As you go in, you see there's another Church of Ophthalmology member there, saying, "Oh no, kid, Crystal, get in here."
Who are you?
And she said, "Well, my name's Mara. I work for the Church of Ophthalmology, but there is a 2118 going on right now, which means the forces of Zuni have invaded."
How do you know my name?
Oh, sorry. I thought you had introduced yourself at some point.
Not to that person.
Well, it means the forces of Zuni have invaded, and the church is now on lockdown.
Oh, Zuni! I wrote it down wrong. Crosses it out and rewrites it.
Right. Well, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try and punch this person.
Oh yeah, go nuts. This isn't even difficult. It's not a superhero. You just do it.
That's a 6.
No, I mean you didn't even have to roll for it.
Okay.
It is just a regular person.
Okay, cool. I punch him in the nose.
Ow, my nose!
Everybody run. I'm not punching anyone else.
Nobody. Grab Jamie.
As you try to take Jamie out of the device they have found themselves ensconced in, they say to you, it's going to be another, what is it? 1 hour and 39 minutes before this thing will unlock.
Phase out of it. Do your smoke.
You're a dust man.
Yeah.
You are a dust person.
For reasons I will explain, in 1 hour and 39 minutes, I cannot do that.
This is when we find out that we have to fight all of the Church of Ophthalmology. Okay.
I just don't like DMing other people's characters for them.
You could have had them. You could have had them been unconscious.
Ah, my eyes! I'm blind.
Phase out, and I'll take you home right now.
All right. You managed to kind of jimmy them out of the chair.
Jamie them out of the chair.
Jamie them out of the chair. Unfortunately, the device has left Jamie both blind and confused to the point where they will be of no use in any fights or puzzles.
Yes.
Excellent. We are running for the front door, supporting our friend Jamie as they try to regain their sight.
All right. As you kind of go out into the hallway, you see an armed security response team is already there. And they kind of point at Nielsen and Jaina and say, "There are the aliens next to that completely average person.
Hey!
Get down!"
Face! I'll shove nobody into a wall and grab Crystal.
Wasn't I carrying Jamie?
Jamie just falls over.
Grab Jamie. Face through a wall.
So you just pushed nobody.
Are you grabbing me too?
I'm grabbing Crystal, I'm grabbing Jamie, just shove nobody through a wall. Because Jaina can phase through barriers that block her exit.
But Crystal and Jamie can't.
Yeah, it's...
No.
Yeah, Nielsen has a plan.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm glad Nielsen does.
So how many guards? What was blocking our path?
About a dozen.
Oh, that's more than I wanted. Are they running towards us, or are they just sort of like freeze?
There are about a dozen, one on each end of the hallway. So 6 on each side. They are kind of, on their knees or taking various tactical positions. You can see laser lights are shining down the hallway.
Where did I get phased to?
As you're pushed through the room, you are in a boardroom. There are various people in suits, just sort of going over some numbers, some analytics. They're like, now you see the spirits are clouding the vision advertisements that we've been taking haven't been resonating with kids. So get ready for the new and improved Church of Ophthalmology. And they kind of click a small PowerPoint slide, kind of goes across a wall that's being, or a PowerPoint presentation on a wall that's being projected, kind of slides over. And you can see that there's like a cartoon version of that eye monster you fought, except it's riding on a skateboard and it has a small baseball cap on.
It's like when they remodeled Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, I was thinking more like, when they killed off Mr. Peanut and brought in like baby Mr. Peanut? Yeah, it's probably something more akin to that.
I assume that thing is too alien for me to copy.
Well, I mean, at the moment, you're in a room full of people who are now looking at you.
That's fine. Could I copy the thing on the screen?
The cartoon? Yes, you can become a cartoon.
Okay. I would like to do that in full view.
You are now a little cartoon eye monster. You've got a tiny little vestigial body, just kind of dangling below you. But you're also wearing khaki shorts, and you have a little baseball cap and a skateboard.
I will just say to them, like, be free, and then I'm going to phase back through the wall that I was just shoved through.
They all just kind of look at each other and say, that guy knows he's not our god, right?
But the people in the hall don't.
As you shift back through, you can hear one of the security guards say, we've got a level 3 shapeshifter, shoot to kill.
That will only further your eye ghosts.
Do you even know who you're impersonating?
Yes.
What's your name?
That's classified.
No, it's not.
This version is.
Why am I even talking to you? And he just shoots at you. And I'm going to need you to roll Take a Powerful Blow.
Ew. Yep. That's an 11.
Oh, you rolled very well.
I rolled a 6 and 5.
Okay, I'm going to present.
I guess is obvious because they're the only 2 numbers that could get me an 11. But
you also have a +1 forward. Just keep that in mind. So that's a 12.
Yep.
Let me just post your options in our chat.
I may flee or pass out, lose control of my powers in a terrible way, or 2 options from below.
When you take a powerful blow, you get a variety of options. It's basically when stuff goes sideways. So on a 10, as Nielsen rolled, he can remove himself from the situation by fleeing or passing out. He can lose control of his powers in a terrible way. Or he can take 2 options from a lower list, which is lash out to verbally provoke a teammate, getting them to do something stupid, let their opposition get an opportunity, like the bad guys get to do even more stuff. Or you can kind of struggle past the pain, but that would result in you getting more conditions. It's basically a kind of a bad situation.
If I were to flee, that'd be it, right? I'd be gone.
You would be out of this encounter.
That seems bad. Lose control of my powers in a terrible way sounds like it would hurt my friends. So I think they just shot me. I mean, that makes sense to lose control of my powers since I was in mid shapeshift. That makes thematic sense.
Okay, what does this look like?
So I wasn't. Jaina pushed me through a wall, and then I came back. So I assume I am next to them. So I assume I sort of just like disapparate into a big writhing cloud of nanobots, and in some way that I don't want it to be that it creates like a smoke screen, because that's a good thing for us. But maybe it's like a writhing cloud of sharp, terrible gnats.
Have you ever seen Terminator 2?
I have not.
There's a scene where a shape-shifting robot is in its death throes, and as it kind of is, as it is dying, it is going through all the different forms it has ever taken throughout the movie, and just sort of letting out this weird metallic screech. So I'm picturing something very similar to that, where you're just kind of, you've lost control of what you are, and you are just kind of cycling through everything you have in your like saved folder.
Yes, the library.
Yeah, in your temporary in your temporary folder.
It's the stuff that's saved on my RAM, not my hard drive.
No.
So I'm going to need both Crystal and Jaina to also take a powerful blow. As Nielsen is kind of lashing out in all sorts of different unappealing ways.
Now, what does take a powerful blow mean again?
You roll 2d6 and add your conditions.
Cool.
And then something horrible happens.
Maybe.
Cool.
I got a 7 with my +1 forward. Thank you, chat.
Didn't you already use your +1 forward?
I thought it was for all game rolls.
That is +1 ongoing.
Yes, I already used it, so I got a 6.
Which means
Hooray.
you're all right. You managed to kind of, I was gonna say, because a 7 is not good, but make sure to mark a potential.
Okay.
As you kind of go down on the ground and a little pseudopod kind of shoots off of nobody before kind of rejoining this massive gnats. And Jaina?
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
Okay. Then, as said before, these options are presented to you. Do you want to remove yourself, lose control of your powers, or take some options from the lower list?
Okay.
If you're not sure of what they are in our Zoom chat.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
None of them are good. It's all bad.
All bad, none good.
You know what? I'm going to give ground.
All right. What does that look like?
I think she's startled by the sudden burst of nanobots, and she kind of flickers back into her like costumed hero form. So she loses the alien like illusion, and she kind of steps back, giving like a chance for them to pull forward the enemies to like pull forward towards them.
I imagine like you're hearing lots of go goes and move moves and stop resistings as the guards that are facing you at the moment they're still kind of got their guns trained, while the ones behind you start advancing.
Mm-hmm.
Clubs out, or sorry, batons out,
Mm-hmm.
flex cuffs, that sort of stuff. They are looking to seemingly take you in.
Sauce, Mecha Spider in chat has cursed us with a woe.
Whoa!
So feel free to throw in that woe event and.
Okay. As this is going on, as Nielsen is kind of thrashing about, as Jaina is egressing, you just hear, "Well, now get back here! You're supposed to be in your cell too."
No.
And you see coming barreling down the hall is this large, almost gargoyle-like creature. And you see this little security guard kind of like running behind it with a net. And this four-legged creature, it's kind of got like bat-shaped like nose and ears, kind of almost Tokyo drifts around the corner, barreling through the guards. Not to the point where they're knocked out, but just kind of pushing its kind of meaty shape through it. It's kind of like bulldog-shaped body. And it will go straight for Crystal.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Micah, why'd you do this?
Now, let's say, would you say that y'all are entering battle against a dangerous foe as a team?
Yeah.
Or do you think you're a little too disorganized for that?
Yeah. No.
We're all here.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all need to decide who is the leader of this little outfit.
I nominate nobody or Crystal.
So pretty much you nominate not Jaina.
Not me.
Who is responsible for this mess?
It's probably me because I went left.
Okay. Does everyone here have the same purpose in the fight?
I think so. We're
Survive?
trying to escape.
To lead?
Yeah, survive.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Does everyone have a fight? Do you have influence over everyone on the team, Crystal?
I do have influence over everyone.
Because you're an influencer. It makes sense.
Hashtag influencer.
Does anybody here mistrust the leader of the team?
No.
Okay,
Thanks,
that is
I
good.
mean, maybe Jamie does, but they're unconscious. So.
They're not unconscious. They're just blind and confused.
Did they have to take a powerful blow whenever I exploded?
They are also unconscious. Would you consider yourself ill-prepared or off balance?
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Crystal, you lost one from your team pool for being disorganized, though that is par for the course, but you can take a condition to avoid removing a team from the pool.
I will take a condition.
we hardly use them.
Yeah, okay.
We are a person down today.
Or
We might be using them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you are first up.
Okay. Give me a quick rundown real quick of how many people are on the battlefield now.
There are 12 guards,
Mm-hmm.
6 on each side. They are just plain old humans. There is also a monster known as a gargoyle who is here to heck you up.
Heckin' great. Okay.
And judging by how it's approaching, it seems to want to heck you up specifically. As the most normal person here, you're obviously the weakest prey.
Crystal is going to reach for that bow again, and we're gonna try the net arrows again. This time I'm going to use my beacon move, Come On Lucky, and I'm going to get help, an assist from my flying squirrel. I forget what I named my flying squirrel. What did I name my flying squirrel?
Ethan, you take detailed notes and have an eidetic memory.
Brittany, Danny, Kevin, Robot.
His name is Kevin.
His name's not Kevin. I don't remember his name. But
Archibald?
No, it's gonna come to me at like 2 a.m. It's been 2 weeks since we played this game. Brain is fried. All right, so that will get me +1 to my move to directly engage the threat with that arrow.
Send this poor innocent flying squirrel into danger.
It's a 6.
Whomst are you attacking?
The giant monster gargoyle. Man.
As the arrow kind of goes flying at it, it just kind of snatches it out of the air with a hand and tosses it on the ground. Both the arrow and your little flying squirrel are just kind of discarded.
The flying squirrel just does like a very acrobatic like somersault in the air and lands on all feet.
Don't
worry, chat. We don't hurt animals in this game.
The squirrel is like knocked out. It's on the floor.
No, he's fine.
Little peanuts are falling out of its cheeks.
Do flying squirrels eat peanuts?
This one does.
Have you been feeding it peanuts?
No. Okay, so is that considered a fail? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool.
So you
I
can
get to
mark
level
potential.
up this game.
Hey, silver lining.
Oh, I need
4 potentials in the first half of the game.
Nobody. You are up.
Oh boy.
You have reconstituted for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Are they using guns or like energy guns?
They are using bullet guns.
Bullet guns.
Bullet time.
Mostly ARs and P226s.
I'll pretend like I know what that means.
It's a 9mm caliber pistol. It is a It is a pistol.
Okay. I want to make a magnet. I don't think anything in the conference room behind me would be terribly helpful for that.
Can you make yourself a magnet?
Then the bullets come, though.
Well,
for what it's worth, bullets
And
are not
nobody's a
ferrous.
robot.
Yeah.
Bullets are copper and lead. They are not ferrous.
Okay. The guns, though?
The guns are polymer, but I believe they have metal components.
Well, this can do, the ability I'm considering is alien tech, where I can alter a human device with my alien technology and create a device that does something impossible once and then fizzles. So
yeah. This might be the time to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Make a teleporter that Danny never could.
Yeah. Is there like some copper wire in the ceiling, or like not copper wire, I mean anything, just like anything that I can find some copper wire in, some electronics around, wrap it up to make like a solenoid, I think is what it's called, and then throw that onto the ground, like plug it into an outlet so that it brings the guns there.
You might have to be the outlet in this situation.
All right.
But yes, you can reach into the wall, pull out some copper wire. You can take one of the Church of Ophthalmology, the one that Crystal netted up. You can take her phone.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. I've already used my +1 forward because it's just on the next roll, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do team dice work? Well, actually, hold on. This could still be a partial success. It's plus freak. What is my freak? I think it's 2. Okay, so it's still 7. So that's fine.
7. And this is an unleash your power?
Or
is it just roll plus freak?
It is roll plus freak. On a 10 plus, I choose one of these things. On a miss, the device works, but it has a completely unintended side effect that the GM will reveal when you use it.
Okay. As these guns kind of just start, just kind of flying out of their hands, the metal barrels being largely the only thing that is ferrous in these things, I think, aside from like pins and maybe parts of the upper receiver, all come flying out of their hands. Some of the guards kind of fall to the floor. Gargoyle is unaffected because he is made of marble. But you are now kind of ensconced in rifles. And there's a very hot moment where you're holding this solenoid and you can feel it start to heat up. And without proper heat sinks, it causes the lithium battery to explode. You're fine in this case. The floor, however, is not and goes collapsing down. And
do I go with it?
Everyone goes with it.
Okay.
And yeah. And as Jaina, you are next up. You're kind of having trouble seeing where you are at this moment. The floor has given way. I don't know if Jaina would just be flying in place.
Hovering next to her friends, but as they kind of fall, it's like a sub-basement below because they're on the ground floor.
You are a level down now. It is
okay.
Kind of hard to see what the function of this is. You are in what appears to be some kind of gymnasium. But there aren't like basketball hoops set up on either end, because little known fact about the Church of Ophthalmology, basketball is considered obscene. The gargoyle monster is still basically on Crystal, just kind of kicking at her with his back legs, kind of like an angry cat. Nobody is ensconced in guns to the point where he looks like how I imagine every person from Texas looking.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. That is not a false narrative.
The guards are kind of confused and disarmed. Some of them are going for their clubs.
Right.
One of them is looking for his car keys, which are kind of affixed to nobody's side.
Exactly what I wanted.
Quick glance to nobody and says, is there space beyond the conference room or space beyond the wall that I pushed you through? Because she wouldn't know there's a conference room.
There's a conference room.
Is there space beyond that?
I kind of, when I got here, I did a quick scan and then I came in because Crystal was crying for help. And then there was no water.
As you kind of go for your presumably next question, it is at this point the sprinkler systems just kind of go off.
Kind of go like gross.
Is it actual sprinklers or is it just kind of like water pouring onto us because the floor is broken?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
There's water from the floors pouring out, and then also sprinklers from the floor above you.
Oh, my hair is gonna get frizzy.
So
You say as you are battling for your life against a gargoyle.
Is there like a garden?
Nothing if not a social media influencer. It is all about the hair.
And Crystal, I have some bad news. That wasn't the woe event. This is the woe event. Your phone has gotten wet.
No! Oh no, oh no, 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 no.
Picking up some rice.
I don't have any rice.
Go home and pick up some rice. But I'll clarify, is there like a garden, yard, outside space beyond the conference room?
You're asking me?
I'm asking whoever has the information.
I don't have. Nielsen
no
might,
idea.
but
that information is unknown to Nielsen.
Yeah, I think Jade will still do that. Using the full brunt of her power overcharge will make a tunnel vertically so that they can climb up into the upper space to get out, like punching a cylinder hole through it, reshaping her environment.
You are currently in a gymnasium.
Yeah, she's going to reshape her environment so that there's a hole punching outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're doing that whole matter manipulation stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You are building yourself an accessibility ramp. Roll it up.
So they basically a +10 to unleash my powers. Cool. So 15.
Okay, that is a great success. Tell me what this looks like.
So telling Crystal, just stick it in some rice when you get home. And points towards the direction that they kind of fell in, towards the room that nobody kind of phased through, and just makes kind of an access tunnel from their floor up to that conference room, and keeps punching it outwards so it like goes beyond that wall. She doesn't know what's on it, but she's just punch, punch, punch.
Okay. All right. Now with this ramp kind of offering you a point of egress, with Crystal's phone both destroyed and a murderous gargoyle kind of pouncing upon her, this seems like a good enough time to take our break. I'll be back in a few minutes, so don't go anywhere unless it's to go grab a friend or grab a drink or grab a trip to the washroom.
Or grab a friend and bring them back here. And y'all, thank you everyone so much for coming and hanging out today. And a quick thank you to everyone who's given bits today during the stream. Thank you so much everyone for sending those in. Those all go to charity when I get a charity when I get a payout from Twitch. I'm sorry, I'm still focused on Crystal's phone, okay? That's like her whole identity. Okay, everybody wave. Bye. And we are back. Hi, everyone. Crystal's phone is broken. We are all back. I have the bin of cookies that my mother left me. I'm going to stress eat these. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for being here. If you are just joining us, welcome. This is a charity channel. All of your bits and subs that come in to affect our game during the stream, they all go to charity whenever I get a Twitch payout. They go to the Ttrpg.org. This is something I've been doing since mid-2020. And it's been a great community project to do with my little community here in my tiny corner of the internet. Thank you everyone so much for letting me do this, for being a part of it. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you all and all your love and support and helping me out on this, especially the people at this table. To further that, stick around to the end of the game. We're going to talk about a couple other charities. Everyone here has a charity that they'd like to highlight at the end of the game. So we're going to be talking about those. And also, if you can't affect our game financially, we totally understand. Don't think that you have to do that in order to be in this space. We want you here. We want to get to know you. So if you can't affect it financially, just sit around, hang out, vibe with us in chat, earn those channel points, and you can use those to affect our game as well. And with that, I will go ahead and hand it back over to Saucefire because I really need to eat this cookie right now.
All right. So before we go back to our scene, I'm going to move the camera, so to speak, across town to Apex headquarters, where there is some discussion going amongst the group. For those who don't know, Apex is the premier superhero team in Mariposa City. And there's some discussion amongst them. They're talking mostly about outreach to young heroes, and they are just kind of going through social media accounts. Eventually, they stop upon one for a superhero called a teen superhero called RGB. And they say, "Oh, this one, yeah, let's send him a message." And so they send them a message directly over Twitter. And after not getting a response for 15 minutes, they kind of shrug their shoulders and say, "I guess she wasn't interested. All right, let's message someone else." Back to the Church of Ophthalmology. Crystal, your day is getting worse. Not only is your phone destroyed, not only are you in a destroyed gymnasium, not only are you is there about like 2 inches of water, which has destroyed your phone, but there's also a very angry gargoyle, which is going to try to hurt you. And as it's kind of rending at you with its back legs and gnashing at you with its gross, unflossed teeth, I'm going to need you to roll to take a powerful blow again, as it is trying to give you a crunch.
That tracks. Mm-hmm. That tracks. That's an 8.
Okay, that is a moderate success failure. If you check our chat, you can lash out verbally to provoke one of your teammates to do a foolhardy action. You can give ground to give your opposition an opportunity, or you can struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
I'm going to struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
All right. This, as Gargoyle kind of tranches onto your shoulder, it doesn't get through your super suit, but it does give you a heckin' bruise.
Not my super suit.
My super suit.
We are going to be a combination of angry and afraid.
Angry that your phone is destroyed and afraid that of all the messages you're missing. The guards, the guards around you are kind of reorganizing themselves after following a story into a darkened gymnasium. But it is your turn, Crystal, as leader of this outfit. What do you do?
I am going to use my moment of truth, which I unlocked with that final failure earlier in the game.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is a moment when you show them exactly why you belong here. You do any one thing. Take out any one enemy, no matter how insane, no matter how ridiculous, because that's you. Their jaws are going to drop when you're done. Of course, pulling off a stunt like this tends to bring unwanted attention and a dangerous reputation.
All right. What is Crystal going to do? And if memory serves, once you use your moment of truth, that is it.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless you can, I believe some of the tracks allow you to unlock it again.
Yeah.
Yes. She is.
But for all intents and purposes, this is it. This is your chance to shine. This is your 8 Mile moment.
She is going to take out the heckin' mutant monster, non-lethally, because don't need to be lethal all the time. But she is going to. It currently has her like in its jaws, right?
It is like a. Have you ever gone to pet a cat's belly, and then it just kind of bites you, scratches you, and kicks at you with its back legs?
Yes, that's what it is
doing. It is doing that to you.
She is going to get an arm free and take one of her phone booth arrows, and she is just going to bop it on the head with a phone booth arrow so that the phone booth pins it to the floor, taking it out of combat.
As this phone booth arrow just kind of expands and doesn't catch on fire and doesn't have a homeless person living in it already.
No, not this one.
Gargoyle just kind of collapses, kind of sploots on the ground, arms spread out. It makes a moment to like try to get back up before the weight of the phone booth arrow just kind of poof, and and as she just kind of passes into unconsciousness, Gargoyle starts to kind of, her arms kind of start to shift back into more of a normal human-like appearance. The legs stop being all, less jointed, kind of cracking back into place into that of a human. The skin takes a nice, goes from its pallid gray to more of a flesh color. And you can see that this is actually your classmate, Jessica McNamara, who went missing several weeks ago.
I found Jessica.
Holy balls.
Did you murder her?
No, she's still breathing. She's just unconscious.
Scoop her up and let's run.
Okay. Nielsen, can you push this over? I can't move my own phone booth.
Maybe. I will attempt to remove the phone booth.
Okay, unleash your power. I don't know if Nielsen actually has any kind of super strength. You are also still covered in guns.
Okay. This is still +3.
You could just run it, or you could ram it.
And then all the guns fire, and then she does die. Oh,
no, not that.
I got a 10 because it's +3. So.
All right, yeah, no, you do this easily. The added mass of all the extra weaponry allows you to just kind of tip this phone booth over with relative ease, especially since it was already kind of top heavy. You will find though that because you are currently magnetized, it is affecting your ability to shapeshift, as your nanophase matter is kind of contained using magnets already.
I mean, I'm okay with. I assume I'm just normal.
Oh yeah, you are your regular mannequin-looking self.
Yeah, that's fine. That's how I would want to be in this scenario anyway.
This is who I am, but now you're also covered in guns.
In guns, yes.
And loose pocket change, little bits of metal.
Some guy's keys.
Yeah, somebody's car keys.
So I will pick up Jessica. I assume that Jaina has Jamie. Okay.
Under her arm.
And we should leave.
Let's go.
You can see one of the guards. It's just like, hey guys, I know our guns are gone, but I found these javelins. And they just start chasing after you.
Okay. I was armed, like, the missile spears, or
javelin missiles. No, this is gym equipment. They have armed themselves with baseball bats and hockey sticks.
We've made Sportsmaster.
That's just what happens. This is how supervillains are made. You have yet to find Shuttlecock, though, the superhero.
Nielsen doesn't know about them, so Nielsen is okay. They have mission complete.
We found one. We need to get out of here.
That's a B plus.
My phone is
High school
broken.
students.
Get me out of here. I want
Crystal's
to go home.
source of power.
You're not worried about your unconscious friend. No, it's your phone.
Set my priorities, okay?
Amy's unconscious. The phone is dead.
The phone took a powerful blow.
Yeah. Just take Jamie and Jessica and head up the ramp tunnel thing.
Yep.
As you start scooting up this little ramp tunnel, you pass through the boardroom. You can see that they're all just very concerned at this random tunnel that is just sort of appeared at their foot by their feet, and these middle managers are just like, this doesn't seem conducive to a healthy work environment.
You need to be more open to an open workspace.
Somebody fell down this tunnel. This is an OSHA violation.
OSHA violation.
Do any of them have cell phones in their hands?
Yeah, but they're Blackberries.
But they're all Blackberries. What?
Except for one guy who has a Nokia.
I was going to say one guy has a Razor phone, but it's a new one that it's all the touchscreen.
Oh no, it's one of those folding phones, but you can see that the screen's already falling off of it.
Crystal's stealing one of the Blackberries. Just as she goes by, just bloop.
Ah, my Blackberry. No, don't. It has my high score for Bejeweled on it.
What's the game that it comes with? Do they still come with a Brick Breaker?
Yeah, sure.
Snake.
It's Snake. That's all it has.
This is mine now. Keeps running.
You can see this. Whomever this person is, there are a lot of pictures of him as a centaur for some reason, like photoshopped poorly. Just hundreds and hundreds of photos of this like middle-aged white guy.
Why would you choose to make yourself a why wouldn't you choose to make yourself a Clydesdale? He is a Mustang in every single one of these photos. You could have gone Clydesdale. Oh, he deserves to have this phone taken away. This is mine now. She's already starting to reformat the phone.
As you kind of you manage to get out into a cafeteria where you can see the entire room has been cleared. The alarms are still going off. The blue strobe lights are still a-strobing. The 2118s are still being called in.
Look to nobody. Well, which wall do we punch, or we just go to the exit and punch a wall that way?
What happened here? I was gone for like a day.
We found Jessica. You're welcome.
We found Jessica, but how did we get here?
Elizabeth drove us.
Oh yeah, we got driven by Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
We should call Elizabeth.
We should call Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
I went to another planet today. We should leave.
What? Circle back to that as we go towards the exit.
We're going to talk about that some more for sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of you, though, nobody, for planetary travel. That is a big step into.
Yeah, Danny is doing a small genocide.
What?
Just a small one.
We need to
10%.
talk. Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is bad. I can't get the SIM. Does anyone have that? Does anyone have that tiny tool for SIM cards? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Take my pick.
Mine's blue.
Mine is me.
Nobody. As you're kind of going through, I'm assuming just raising a hand. As you try to make yourself into a tool, you can see that, again, your shape-shifting seems to be more difficult than usual.
Can I drop is it that I'm now magnetized, or is the thing still active?
You are still magnetized.
Okay. Ooh. Once we're out of here, okay. I have an idea. We need to go though. Phone and
Yeah.
genocide can wait.
I
No,
can do it
genocide
while I
can't.
run. Come on.
Let's,
bring it.
yeah.
So you want the genocide to happen now?
No. Why would it
Sounds
happen
like
now?
genocide can wait.
Okay, you really need to explain the steps between A and C.
I feel like you're missing some information here.
Yeah.
Both of you just run.
We're running.
Where are you running to? Or are you just kind of aimlessly running through this facility?
If I saw this place from the top, I would have
know
a
exactly
general...
what the roof looks like.
Yeah, well, I would know where the walls are.
Yeah.
Like the outward facing walls.
I mean, you're in a cafeteria. I assume there are windows looking outside.
Okay. Are we on the first floor?
Yes, Jaina's tunnel went up.
Okay. Let's go through a wall.
Okay, you ready?
Sure.
Just force push a wall out of place.
Yeah, the wall crumbles very easily, Jaina, as you just sort of like blast it, I assume.
Yeah. They're getting powerful. Okay, sorry. Kind of pat the wall in apology.
The wall just sort of crumbles in response, leading you out to one of the open fields that surround this this prison-style building.
Well, what was the plan? How did you anticipate this going?
No, we didn't. We'll just keep running until we're like well past all of this.
As you kind of run out, you can hear the sirens now wailing as if there's a bombing. You can see like floodlights are being like spotlights are going around. You can see the guards have sniper rifles.
To be fair, I was left in charge and I had a plan going in there, but I totally forgot it because once we were in there, it felt like it had been totally like 2 weeks since we walked in that front door. That lady talked for hours. Just running.
Run for like 3 blocks and then like duck behind an alleyway.
There's a small fence, a chain link fence, but I assume you can all get through it quite easily.
In what state is the place that exploded? In what state of disrepair or repair is it?
Oh, it was burned to the ground. The one guard tower?
No, the place that Freeze exploded.
Oh, it was a cryonic bomb, so it was just kind of filled with snow.
Okay, I remember the roof was gone.
Yeah. That also happened.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was abandoned and it was near enough here that I think Crystal was able to go and set that tower on fire. So that might be, if there are not a lot of people, that could be a good place to hide.
There's obviously contracting work being done on it. But since it is nightfall, they have all gone home for the day.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yes, that is where Nielsen is trying to get everyone to go.
Hey, look, there's an alien with a guy made of guns. They're carrying 2 unconscious people. Just another day in the city. I imagine it's like New York. These people have seen everything.
Whatever.
Yeah. And as you kind of, I guess it kind of doesn't make sense to say that it's nightfall, since this island is always in nightfall. But yes,
True, yeah.
You've managed to get to this kind of blown out building. You can see the tables are still there from where the fancy soiree was going on, but it is otherwise empty. There have been some cursory attempts to clean it, but because of all the snow and then subsequent melt, the floors are all warped and wacky. But it is empty.
Is the ice cream truck still in there?
Yes, but it is like it was blasted apart.
Okay.
Aeon Storm will become Jaina once more.
Well, actually, could you set me on fire just a little bit? heat and magnetism. I was hoping that they might get the guns off of me.
Okay, tell me when it hurts.
I don't feel pain.
Tell me when you think I should stop.
Okay.
Okay, just put a hand on nobody and set them on fire in a way that doesn't hurt them terribly.
I don't think you understand how fire works. All right. I'm going to roll a d6. This d6, the number that shows up on it, will be the amount of conditions nobody will have to take. You will basically say when to stop. So, okay. How many conditions would you like to take right now, Nielsen?
I mean, I guess we can just keep going until, so let's start with 1.
Okay, you start getting a little warm. Please mark a condition.
Let's do afraid. No, let's do insecure.
You're covered in guns. You're not feeling great about yourself.
Let's do 2.
Okay, nope.
Now, let's see, what are the stages of grief? Because there's either afraid or hopeless. And I think now it's afraid. After 3, it will be hopeless. So, okay, let's go to 3.
Okay, 3 is still not doing it.
All right, now I feel hopeless and I'll just leave it.
Oh, wow. You're kind of rubbed the scorch mark off. Sorry.
Yeah, Nielsen, you're like glowing orange right now. And every now and then one of the bullets in one of the guns will just cook off and fire.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to happen.
Okay, so my handprint might be in a, when metal changes color when it's heated up, you have a tattoo.
At least until
it's just a molten mass of your nanobots. You can probably just take it right out, like a like maple candy.
I was thinking more like sunburn.
Ew.
Yeah. I would like to, if I may, use my belong in 2 worlds.
You're right there. It looks like you're reading this is causing physical pain.
I can, if I succeed, I can clear a condition. If I fail, I get to clear a condition, but my people make an uncomfortable demand of me, which I've already done harm to my team today, so I'm not so, but I can only take 2 conditions until I go unconscious or die or whatever, so I'm gonna try.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, it's fine. It's not Danny. They're just the people who work for Danny. It's fine. So I'm going to contact my people, sort of go into my blank stared simulation mode and just sort of like run the simulations that I think will end well, and we'll see if that actually happens to try and make myself feel better. Okay, that's plus superior. Is that negative? No, it's +2. That is a 12.
Okay, that is a very good success.
Yes. So on a 10 plus, I hold 3. I can consult my people's knowledge to ask the GM a question about your. So how does this work?
Yeah.
It says hold 3, and I have 3 options. Do I take all 3, or can I take 1 multiple times?
You know what? I will leave it up to you.
Okay. I will take 2 conditions then, and I will consult my people's knowledge to ask the GM a question about your current situation.
Yeah.
How can I remove the guns best?
If you wait a few hours, the magnetism should wear off.
I was afraid of that. Okay. I will remove hopeless and afraid then, based off of that. But that is good.
So they're gonna come off, right? I mean, kind of twirls one.
So the thing is that until that happens, I will look like this and be covered in guns, which might make it difficult to transport these unconscious individuals.
These unconscious children.
I think I can help with that. Just one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal
puts a cowboy hat on him. Puts a MAGA hat on him.
Absolutely not. She will finish reprogramming the BlackBerry and take her SIM card out and pop it into the BlackBerry. And she is going to call Lightning Jack for help.
As you kind of put your SIM card in and punch in Lightning Jack's number, before you can see that you have a text message, or rather a message on Twitter from Apex. It's just like, hey, you up? But then when you didn't respond, they're like, N/M.
Crystal, is everything okay? Well, everything else okay.
I hate this.
Oh.
she's gonna punch in Jack's phone number and give him a call.
Yes, hello.
Lightning Jack, it's Crystal. I need your help.
Yes, hello.
Hello?
Can you speak up a bit?
Lightning Jack, it's Crystal. I am scared.
I'm not here right now. Please leave a message.
Why? End call.
Is you okay, Crystal?
I hate everything. I want to go home.
Okay, let's get
What about
going.
Dr. Bananas? You were able to call him before, right?
Yeah.
We can call Dr. Bananas.
Hello, you've reached the personal phone of Dr. Barnabas Bananas, PhD. Our office hours are 8 a.m. till 5 p.m.
It went to his voicemail too.
I'm sorry.
At least you didn't get pranked. Like the last, like you just did by your mentor.
Just rubbed Crystal's back, and you did really well. I'm proud of you.
Should we call Elizabeth?
First, I want to know about the genocide.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then we can call Elizabeth.
So Danny took me down. So he didn't explicitly tell me not to tell this. So he took me downstairs to headquarters and showed me a dissected person of your species and a gate that led to Varek 6. And then said that he was going to use a sword that was a virus to kill the remaining Corinthians.
Corinthians.
There it is.
He shouldn't do that.
That's what I said.
If he wants the planet, that's fine. He can negotiate with my people to take it.
He doesn't want the planet. No, he wants the people to have the planet back.
Oh. Okay, and then Danny can negotiate that point if he wants. But he shouldn't attack my people at any point in time.
Well, that's sort of the thing. I don't think it's an attack. It's much more. It sounds much more nefarious than an attack, because an attack they would sort of know was coming.
Like any form of aggression against my people. How's that? That's we nuke planets out of orbit for fun.
You see how that could make Danny worried? Yes.
Yeah.
Why would you do that for fun?
Because somebody got aggressive with us.
You see, I thought that maybe I had a lot of learning to do, but I think that might not just be me anymore.
Okay, so my people are a warlike people. We are a conquering species. We take over planets to advance their society as a whole. And we have landed on Earth because we thought it was a good potential to learn.
So I will lean over to Crystal. Is Danny right? That can't be. No.
Danny is right in the fact that we are an invasive species, but wrong in the way he's going about it. How's that?
I want to go home.
Yes, okay. You said he had a dead one of me.
Yes, his name was Matthew.
Okay, positively spin this in any good direction.
Sorry, what was that?
I can't make this a good thing. I can't make the death of one of my people a good thing.
Well,
really
what are you doing here?
This was the planet I was meant to conquer.
So what are you doing here?
This is my baby's first planet conquering thing.
Are you gonna conquer the planet?
But that's that's sort of what I'm getting at. What are you doing? Not we're supposed to do.
So I was learning about the planet, and I was supposed to send a submission of conquer or not conquer, or set it to a reserve. And I was going to set it to a reserve because Earth is far too fun and cool, and I don't really want it to be conquered. There are reserve planets, like if we just feel like they're not worth, taking over. And I was going to ask if Earth would do that, and everybody would leave them alone.
Are we really friends?
Of course.
You sure?
Seems to be a lot of lies.
Well, I'm not really supposed to tell you any of this because, Mom and Dad are a pretty big learn on your feet people. And if I wasn't your friend, I wouldn't tell you any of this.
Can I have a hug?
Hug Crystal.
Crystal's bottom lip is sticking out and quivering. She looks as pathetic can be.
For some reason, I pictured nobody going in for the hug and just the sound of a gun cocking.
No, I imagined Jaina went in for the hug, and I sort of just caught Jamie as they were falling to the ground.
So I don't want to conquer Earth. I want to protect it.
Okay.
It's nice. And you've got a lot of nice things here. But what your dad or Danny's doing, Nielsen, my people aren't going to like.
I feel much more confident in saying that is the same from the opposite situation.
No, I get it. It's just we want to do a genocide against Earth.
It sounds like you kind of would, though, if we fought back.
The planets we took out were ones that tried to harm us in a way that would affect our populace in such a devastating and economic manner. So we were defending ourselves in that sense. They had the same technology, if that makes sense. Like we were even footing. Weaker planets don't fall under. We have rules. We have a lot of rules when it comes to planetary conquering, and we wouldn't do that to Earth unless they started a genocide.
People don't sound as nice as I thought they were.
We're not a nice people. We're advanced people, but we're not nice. And I'm trying to correct that, which is why I'm here.
It's a whole planet of Dannies.
Oh, we're more of a solar system galaxy of Dannies.
A galactic coalition of Dannies.
Yeah.
I've seen that episode of Rick and Morty.
But Earth was just going to be a learning planet. That's all it was. It was never meant to be any more than that. But Daddy's pushing Earth into something it's not ready for.
Are we Jana's Morty?
Oh
Am I
God, I hope
Morty?
you're not.
Well, no,
Oh, dear.
she's learning.
Okay.
So I think we might all be Morty.
We're all Morty.
Oh gosh.
We need to have a summit with Dan before he takes it too far.
All right.
Well-
So plan a summit, save the world. Like that's like what, a normal Thursday night? Like
That certainly, I mean, I've only been here for a few months. That certainly seems to be the case.
Okay, yeah.
Normal teenage things.
Yeah, totally. How are we getting those two home?
Oh, Elizabeth. Text Elizabeth. Hey, we need the car. 2 bodies are down. Not us. They're okay. Excuse me. Oh, well, Jamie's down, but we just need body help. They're not dead. Please don't bury them.
The response is, do you want them to be dead? I didn't hear any of that, sorry.
It was no, I mean, no.
You would go there, but no, not these two. These are nice people. We like them.
Well, I mean, we know one of them. The other one might not be nice. The other one is kind of a gargoyle.
Elizabeth.
She responds with a 100% emoji.
So Elizabeth would, straight up murder everybody for us, just so we are clear on that.
Let's not have her kill people. I don't think we need that.
I'm not sure Elizabeth's entirely human.
Maybe Jack can get you one? He seems like he's got money.
He has one of those weird rotary ones. Like, do you know how long it takes to dial a number on one of those?
He said an answering machine on a rotary phone. Interesting.
Maybe he knows wiring.
He has a cell phone, but it's the size of like a bicycle.
It's got one of those external power packs.
It's actually just a car phone.
I was just gonna say, Ethan, did you not? Surely you know about the answering machine, right? Yes. You're not that much of a baby.
No, I mean, I've never seen one, but I know what they are.
I saw one in a museum once.
He Googled it.
After a few minutes, the town car that Elizabeth drives around just kind of parks outside, followed by a couple of police cars that just zip by towards the Church of Ophthalmology.
Get them into the car. Okay.
I brought a couple of bags in case you change your mind.
We're not killing these people, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, would you like these guns?
They seem a little melted.
Only most of them.
We'll see what we can recover. And she kind of leads you around to the back of the trunk where there are several bags of soil and a shovel.
Does she still have the frost ray in there?
Yep.
Nice.
Though she does approach Crystal and say, Miss Blake, this might be to your interest, and I was able to miniaturize the frost ray and adapt it to your preference, so to speak. And she offers you a bundle of cryo arrows.
Oh, today just got better, guys.
I'm sure you'll
so
find some
happy.
use for this.
I have to remember that I just got these now.
Where are we taking you? Back to the tower?
Crystal needs to go home to her dad's. Where do you want to go, Nielsen?
What time is it?
It is 7:38 p.m.
In game?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have some time. Danny wants me to report back at 10, by which point the guns should be gone. I mean, I guess I'll just stay with you until Elizabeth can remove the guns, and then I might head back.
Oh, okay. We should probably take Jamie and Jessica to the tower just so they can rest and, recover.
Should Jamie? Well, I suppose they shouldn't go home in this state. That might raise some questions. Do we know where? This is nobody asking. Do we know where Jamie lives?
I don't think so, no.
That might make it
Jamie
extra
reported us.
difficult. Yeah.
They wouldn't
Well,
give me their brother's cell phone number either, so I have no way of contacting them. I could try and hack the school records.
Well, doesn't Jamie have their phone on them?
Or we could just wait until they're awake.
That too.
I mean, if you want to hack the school records, Crystal, we'll support you on that.
Miss Blake, perhaps it should be mentioned that I believe Dad and Pops actually are at the tower currently.
Why?
Lightning Jack asked if he could have a meeting with them, and
At the tower?
we offered our facilities to him.
Oh, well. All right, I guess I'll go to the tower too then.
And Elizabeth opens the door for all of you. She helps trundle nobody who's been ensconced in guns. And gets into the front seat where she kind of adjusts the seat a little bit, puts on her driving gloves, and says, Miss Lay, Master Lay, you seem to be a little perplexed.
I'm just thinking, Elizabeth. There's a lot on my plate right now.
No, I understand completely. If there's anything I can do to be of service, please let me know.
Crystal's...
Can you organize?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Crystal's gonna like lean forward and put her arms over like the passenger like front seat and be like, "Hey Elizabeth, how do you stop someone from killing an entire populace of people diplomatically?"
Diplomatically.
Yeah.
What I would do or what you should do?
Both.
Both is
good. Both are good.
What I would do would be to find out where they live and extract their family from that location and then use that as leverage against them.
Sounds like an easy three-step plan.
What should we do?
What should you do?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they trying to destroy a planet?
Because they perceive them as a threat, and it might trigger bad things if they go down their current path, and we want to stop it. I don't know how.
And what sort of person are we talking about?
A powerful
Very
one?
powerful, smart,
Not a good
clever.
dresser.
No.
And what sort of attention do you think this would attract? Even, say, speculating about it in the relative open.
Another government getting very mad and starting a nuclear war.
It's at this time where I would suggest, if you're not ready to sacrifice one life to save thousands, perhaps this isn't a discussion you should be having.
Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. I mean, we were hypothesizing it when we were waiting because we know we might encounter that scenario at one point in our career. So
yes, you never know.
Yeah. So thank you. We appreciate it a lot.
Mr. Peabody, you're being rather quiet. Aren't you Forgive my intrusion, but aren't you built for this sort of discussion?
On Earth, yes. But that's between countries, not people, not planets.
We can easily scale it up.
There are a number of unknowns.
Assessing threats and predicting them seems like something well within your wheelhouse.
Too many variables are still unknown.
Naturally. And if you knew this threat was approaching, what would you, knowing what you know at the moment, what would be your immediate approach? And she starts the car and starts driving, just kind of eyeing Nielsen through the rear view mirror.
I'm sure Danny knows.
And would you listen to him?
Once he has all the information.
And she nods her head. And I imagine the car ride might be a little quiet between Crystal mourning the death of her old phone and Jaina's people being on the edge of a potential mass casualty event. And Elizabeth eventually drives, pulls the car around and says, I believe, what is it, Pops is currently making, I believe he called it finger food for the others.
Oh, cool.
But he is he's up on the top floor.
Awesome. Hopefully he's making pigs in a blanket.
Is it his specialty?
No. I like them though.
Then I guess that was important. Mr. Peabody, could I borrow you for a moment though?
I suppose, yes.
And she kind of leads you to the elevator, brings you up to one of the middle floors on this tower, the ones that have been in disuse since Jaina bought the entire damn building, where you can see that one of Crystal's fathers is currently speaking with Lightning Jack. And Lightning Jack kind of looks over and says, "Oh, so this is the Mr. Peabody. A little more metallic than I was expecting, but Danny does do good work." And Elizabeth nods her head and kind of looks to Nielsen and says, shut down autonomous functions, password Alpha Bravo Zeta 6X. And you kind of just tilts forward. Playback conversation from this time index, and she puts out a small time index from just before she arrived, getting a playback of what Jaina was explaining. And Lightning Jack kind of nods his head, and Crystal's father is there. He's kind of just kind of observing this and says, it seems to me we have it seems to me we were correct in our assessment. And then Jamie's brother, Emil, kind of comes out of the washroom, wiping his hands on a towel, and nods his head and says, should we escalate our plans? That would be advisable. These kids are getting out of line. And I think that is where we will leave it for the time being. But we still have some after game stuff to take care of, so why don't we go through that? We'll start off with Crystal. Do you believe you have grown closer to the team, grown into your own image of yourself, or grown away from the team? I will post all those, what all that means in the chat.
I'm gonna say grown into her own image of herself. Because she did take down a baddie all on her own. And although she's very cranky, she is managing to do her thing and not die, even though her phone died.
That's the best we can all hope for.
At this point, that's the best Chris can hope for. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then what do I do next now?
When you grow into your own image of yourself, explain how you see yourself and shift one label up and another down.
Okay. I'm going to lower. I'm gonna lower freaking Ray's mundane.
Oh no, it's finally the running joke is finally setting in.
I mean, I just have to. All right, let's see. Markup. So that takes freak down to -2 is the lowest I can go, right?
-2 is the lowest, +3 is the highest.
Or wait, I was gonna. All right, so that makes freak 0 and mundane. Oh, mundane also becomes a 0, right? Because I'm raising mundane. Sorry, I'm raising mundane. Okay. Yeah, cool.
All right, cool. Nobody.
I think that nobody has grown away from the team, but mainly just grown away from Jaina.
Oh no.
That's fair.
Because she was lying. And pretty much just sort of like driving it into he doesn't agree with the way that Danny is going about things, but he's buying into these people are a threat more, given the nuclear option that is now on the table. So does Jaina have influence over Nielsen?
Yes.
Okay, I have to take influence away from you.
That's fair.
Take it away.
Mm-hmm.
Take away.
All right. And Jaina.
Probably go closer to the team because she was able to talk about her people and what her plans were and how they've altered over time and what she wants to do.
All right. So you can give influence to a character, and then clear condition or mark potential.
Probably going to give that influence to Nielsen, just because she sees them as like a gateway to Danny, because she doesn't want to fight. She wants to negotiate first, but she wants to make sure she's trying to do it right.
So I already have influence over Jaina.
Okay. But that means you can adjust their labels.
That's what I thought. Okay. What's your danger currently?
3.
It's already at the highest? Okay.
My freak's a 2. Savior's a 1. Superior's a 1. Mundane's a 0.
Definitely not mundane. So let's minus Savior.
Okay.
And up freak, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
And then I'll clear the guilty or angry condition because she does feel guilty. So.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little. All right. And should we go into the after show messages? Let's do it. And I think
Go for it.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be doing this hopefully same time, same channel next week. So I was gonna say don't go anywhere, but I mean it's not until next week. So go wherever you need.
Don't leave.
Don't leave. Stay right where you are. Wait patiently. But because this is a charity channel, we like to share charities that we feel passionate about. And the one I'm going to be sharing is Child's Play Charity. They're a charity that provide toys and games for hospitals and domestic violence shelters all over the world. You can find more information about them in the link below, but I think they're a really good charity and you should check them out. And next up is Ethan, aka Kadruffle, aka Nobody, aka Nielsen.
Hello, I will be talking about Girls Who Code, which is a nonprofit organization which aims to support and increase the number of women in computer science by equipping them with the necessary computing skills to serve 21st century opportunities. Yeah, they seem like a very neat place. They are very welcoming, and so yeah, that's who I'm championing today.
Awesome possum. Jen, Koski Sigma, Laugh Maker D&D.
Panic Attack D&D. Hi, I'm Jen, and I champion the Alzheimer's Society in the United Kingdom, United Against Dementia. They provide support online, in person, and provide resources for those who are living with family members or going through the debilitating disease, dementia, and Alzheimer's. They are searching for a cure, and they are seeking donations currently, and they are working around the virus at the moment. So if you want to learn more information about them, check them out.
And last but not least is our showrunner, the Hype Goblin, aka Sarah, aka Crystal, aka RGB. I'm not saying it.
Okay, fine.
I'm not being predictable.
Hi, everybody. My charity of choice, as many people know, if you are joining us for the first time and don't know, is the Ttrpg.org. They provide crisis and counseling support for the LGBTQIA+ youth community, and they do a lot of very important work. All of the links to the charities we have talked about today are in chat. If you are watching this in the future and you can't interact with us live to donate through bits and subs via my channel, please consider going to any of the charities that we have talked about today, as well as any of them that we talk about on the various other games that are on this channel, and going and making a donation, and then, you know, tweet it at me, at the Hype Goblin, and let me know that you made it. Let us know about it in the Discord server. If you're seeing this in the future, we have a Discord server. Come say hi if you can't say hi to us when we're live. We'd love to get to know you. We'd love to see your face. Well, not your face, your username. I mean, you can post a selfie if you want. I am still just blown away that but my dad's canoodling with the bad guys. And so is my mentor. I got double whammied. Okay. As always, y'all, let's not forget. Drink some water, because hydration's important. Eat a healthy snack if you haven't yet today. Take your meds. This is your reminder if you need it. If you don't, disregard it. And finally, most importantly, if there's someone in the world who is important to you and you have not told them today that you love them and you cherish them, do so today, because, you know, that kind of stuff's important too. We love you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Oh, give pancakes a squish for us! Squish!